Hey everyone, welcome back and welcome to another reading Virgo. This will be your reading for August 2021. For wherever you have Virgo in your chart, Vedic or tropical, this will be your reading for July. It's just going to be a general read, so as you know, we're just going to shuffle, have a chat, see what comes out, and then we'll talk about them again in the second part of the video. All right. Overall energy for you for August. The Magician. Wow. Okay, let's talk about it. I feel like everything you guys touch turns to gold. I think that there's you know, you are just you're very fertile. And what I mean by that, it's like, well, it's not that, okay, whoa. So some of you may be trying to conceive, perhaps. Oh, and look, there is kind of like a small, it's not really a baby, but it's a small, kind of looks like a baby. But yeah, so some of you may be trying to conceive. So, hey, if you are, I think that you will be successful. So that's really good to hear. But if you don't resonate with the conception message, then what this is also about is I think that you are just you're extremely resourceful, you're extremely intelligent, and I think that you're having so much fun right now. You're having so much fun right now and will have so much fun in August because of it's like this Leo energy is just doing something to you, you know, like you're hot. You're hot. Everybody knows it. Everybody wants a piece, and I feel like you're just like you're loving it. And it's so funny. Like I talked to a Virgo today. I talked to a Virgo today, and it was my first time meeting her, but like she was so glamorous. Her skin was incredible. You know what I mean? And she just had this very like regal energy, and I was just like, I love Virgos. But yeah, so I say all that to say, there is a lot of passion. So for some of you, it's like some great sex that you have been having or will have. For others of you, I think it's about the things that you want to achieve in life, the things that you want to work towards with the Eight of Cups. It's about the things that really matter to you, right? That's what you want to throw all of your energy behind, and I don't blame you for that. I like totally understand. I don't know why I felt the need to say that. So some of you may be feeling like perhaps doing this has, and by that I mean, you know, following a desire that you have or putting all your energy behind something that you actually care about. Some of you may feel like maybe there's a little bit of guilt that comes with it, maybe because it affects other people possibly, or it's just like it leads to some kind of upheaval somewhere. It's kind of like the butterfly effect. And this could be this could be anything, right? But it's like it's definitely something that you like, that's how you want to be spending your time. That's where you want to put your resources. But it's like it's bittersweet is the way that I would describe it. Page of Pentacles. It's echoing that energy of fertility, but your ability to make money right now, I think, is it's at its highest point. And I think that when it comes to how you manage your money, there are some things that are changing there as well, as it should when there's more of it. Three of Swords. the way that you feel about it maybe, or how you feel about the process that you are taking to attain it. Some of you may be, there's something here about stocks, bonds, the market. Because I'm like feeling a lot of pressure. I just feel like someone's looking at a line graph and it's like fluctuating and they're like, ah! I don't mean to laugh, but like that's what that, yeah. You know, it takes a lot of emotional control to be a stockbroker, right? I know that might seem crazy to think or believe when you see people yelling and shouting on on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. We have the Four of Swords and the Four of Cups coming out here next. No longer upset about the things that you don't have or about the things that you can't have, and thinking more about the things that you already have and that you can have. At the end of the day, you will always have yourself. Yeah. The Empress. So let me talk to you about this. So with the Hermit card and the Empress card, it's like you're giving yourself exactly what you need. And it's like you're that provider for yourself. It's and let's think about that for a moment. We have it comes down to, okay, so what are you providing? Let's just start there. And to start there, you have to understand what the self needs, what you need to feel comfortable, what you need to feel emotionally safe, what you need to feel safe in your environment, what you need to be successful. It goes on. And what the self may need may vary from person to person, but it's like you're playing an active role in being that provider, right? The one who is responsible for the ends justifying the means. And it's a really noteworthy energy that you are embodying here, or that you have the opportunity to embody, because we're talking about it, we're bringing attention to it, right? Awareness about what's happening, how we can work with the energy. So this is an opportunity I see for you, is to really recognize what's happening here and then just continue to do that. Continue to take advantage of the timing and the opportunity. So playing a very active role in providing for yourself makes you less codependent, right? It makes it easier, it's easier on your relationships, because people don't feel like they're dealing with a stage 5 clinger. They feel like they have room to breathe in your connection, and consequently you feel that way too. And I feel like it's because you see the value in that, the need to have no have no problems, you know, to not be problematic. It's like your relationships benefit from it. And I think that's why, you know, we are seeing a kind of like widespread love and lust for you, Virgo. because it makes you more attractive, right? When you focus on yourself, when you think about yourself and the things that you want, other people will start focusing on you. It's like that is the side effect. And when you realize that there's nothing wrong with that, and when you realize that that's what everybody, well, I don't want to say that's what everybody's doing, because we know there are some people out there that don't know how to mind their own business. But that's what people should be doing, right? There's so much to be gained from that. There are so many benefits. So many benefits. And I just want to point out here, we were talking about conceiving earlier, and we got the Empress card, the proverbial mother, right? So like, some of you might be giving birth in Virgo season, possibly coming up here in a month and a half, maybe 2 months, or some of you may be seeking advice from a parental figure as well, seeking guidance from them. That relationship could be healing, is what this could also be about as well. Because I do see like, yeah, like it's about your relationships, Virgo. It's like they're changing. I love that. And it's like who you are is enough in all of them. And if someone is, it's like if someone has a problem with it, you're just not even, I feel like you're just not even gonna pay it any mind. It's like, I just want to think about the shit that I have going on. And how can you have more of this fun? How can you get more of this energy? How can you like be more empowered than you already are? Because like you're crushing it. It shows. It shows. Breaking hearts along the way. You got people wanting to like start over with you. They're like wondering, you know, how like could we ever mend things? Virgo, this is what you have them thinking about, dreaming about. I feel like people are dreaming about you. And it sucks because I don't know that they can have you. So, you're in this energy where you are shamelessly turning your back on whatever it is that you're not interested in, and it's like every step that you take, every time that you open up your mouth to speak, it's with the primary purpose of attaining your heart's desire, of doing what you want to do. Hello again, Virgo. This is the second part of your reading. I did the first part a few days ago. Let's talk about what else is going on here. So, focusing on yourself, well, let's just start with the concept of focus, because I think that that's playing a very, there's a lot going on there, right? I think that there are some things that are pretty important to you that you haven't been giving enough time or attention, and you may be feeling the heat from that. And if you somehow stick this landing, because I do feel like the obstacle is still very much ahead of you, there's still a lot of work to be done when it comes to whatever this is, and I think that you're putting it off. So when it comes to, so if you actually stick the landing, the point I'm trying to get to is that it will be by the skin of your teeth, and it will be bittersweet. I think that if you keep your head down for the next couple weeks and just really do what needs to get done, you'll thank yourself for it. But if you just cut your losses, you'll find yourself back at square one in some capacity. You'll find that you will have lost I won't say that you lost your progress. I would just say that it would be a wasted opportunity. You know, if it's something that you're building, something that needs momentum, something that needs you to be resourceful and to be present every step of the way of it, for it to be successful, something like that could take a hit. In addition to the tug of war that's happening when it comes to focus for you, you know, I do feel like there's also another game of tug of war going on between you and the world around you. I think that your attention is definitely something that is sought after. We spoke about this in the July read, and I think that you are you're very powerful, and I feel like you're walking that fine line in between admiration and fear, where it's like people are intrigued by you. Yes, you know, people want to talk to you. You're very charismatic. You're very eccentric and smart. Witty is here as well. And there are some people that, you know, will just appreciate that for what it is and want to be a part of it, you know, and want to have stimulating conversations with you. And there are others that will feel threatened by how polished you are. You know, so it's it's very, yeah, you know, you are kind of channeling some Gemini energy here. I mean, you're both Mercury ruled, so it makes sense. Like, you guys kind of have that effect on people. You have that in common in some ways. And this Aquarian or this Uranus energy here as well adds to your complexity. So you're definitely a force to be reckoned with, and I think that you trigger people in the way that you kind of make them think. It's like in your responses to people, especially when they cross the line with you, you adopt a perspective that is very unique. So you're pretty, you have a sharp tongue. And I feel like people can't see that or sense that. It's like it's already being said, you know, before they even knew it was coming. Like I said, you're hot this month. And I think that you are, it's making you more sociable. And I feel like many of these characteristics you maybe keep to yourself, or perhaps only the people closest to you or the people that have known you for some time know that you are capable of this. But I think that this Leo energy is making you a bit more extroverted, whether that's by choice or, you know, you're being pushed. I feel like for some of you, it feels like you're being dragged. Yeah. Yeah. Because people won't leave you alone, for one. And then for two, it's like the people that are threatened by you, even though you aren't necessarily doing anything wrong, you're just like naturally this interesting person. It's like they take offense to that and maybe like have some very unkind things to say. And I feel like it's because there's something that they can't get from you, or something that you don't want to give them. And your time is valuable. Your presence is valuable. I think that you're not the same person that you were 4 years ago. I think that people expect that. So it's like their data is, their intel on you is outdated. Also, something here about an intelligence committee. Kind of random, but yeah. So people may be trying to gather info about you. So the other thing that's here, Virgo, is you really do need to make up your mind about what you want. It's easy to be distracted when there's so much going on around you, and when you're being pushed in a lot of different directions, or people are constantly trying to get some kind of reaction or response out of you. It's like they want to know your story. They want to know like what your like genetic makeup is. Like I feel like, I don't know, maybe people may see you and kind of wonder like where you're from, is what I'm trying to say. Like, what's your story? How did you get here? And what's important for you guys to understand is that you don't need to explain anything to anybody. And I feel like it's so easy for you to fall into that trap. And that's why, you know, I just want to talk about it for a second. You know, like, let's just be aware of the fact that this is something that could potentially happen. And you don't want to give someone something that they will have the power to destroy you with. And I think that I feel like I'm talking about that transition into celebrity, or that transition into acclaim. It's kind of like, you know, you have to be aware of the people closest to you, or it's like of who you tell certain things. And it's something that arguably, yes, can be exhausting to constantly have to think about. But I think that it would benefit you to get more comfortable with that process and see it less as something that is a chore or something that you constantly have to do, and think of it more as something that is critical to preserving something sacred that you have built, right? And your story, I feel, is one such thing that is sacred. And I think that you don't need to prove that you deserve to be where you are. I think that there may be some people who are trying to determine if you do. And it's like they can't comprehend, or they can't see the depth to you. And that's why, you know, sometimes when you communicate, especially in August, it will shock people. But it's good. It's good, and it's good, and it's healthy. So I want you guys to just lean into that energy, and don't be afraid to, if you can tell that someone is being really inappropriate in a situation, or that they're going too far, it's okay to let that person know. Like, you don't have to play along. Like, why even let them make their narrative the reality? And that's not to say that you need to be running around town, you know, like correcting everybody. But if you find yourself in a situation where someone is attempting to gaslight you or get information out of you, just understand that knowing you is a privilege, and you don't need to justify any of your decisions to anybody. Except if maybe the law is involved. But this was your general read. Thanks so much for being here, guys. If you would like to see the extended, the link is in the description box. It's on Patreon. Just join the Virgo tier. It's a lot of fun over there. We talk about all the cards here and just take a deeper look at what's going on. If I don't see you on Patreon, or if you don't shoot me an email for a personal reading, then I hope that you enjoyed this general reading, and I hope that you have a really fun Leo season. Oh, sidebar, if you do not want to get pregnant, you ladies, you need to take all the necessary precautions to, I should have said this at the beginning of the video, but just protect yourselves, right? Yeah. And outside of pregnancy, just protect yourself in general in Leo season. Protect your energy, protect what you have built. Even if your voice shakes, even if you experience that freeze or sinking feeling in the moment when something catches you off guard, those are the times when you need to stand up and speak up the most. I find that some of you have already found yourself in situations like these, and I feel like all of you know the situations that I'm talking about. And I see a few of them on the horizon. But it isn't anything that you won't be able to handle, that you won't be able to nip in the bud pretty quickly. I'll see you next time. I love you guys. Bye.